Hi, welcome to my set of videos. This is Patricia Ann Landon Regali, Chief Little Flower, coming at you from the trenches of having been targeted. I am a targeted individual that have been targeted since about the age of 25 for about a couple of years. Then it would recess into the background on and off until the year of COVID, about 2020, whenever gang stalking had reemerged in full force and full effect. At the time of this recording, it is November 2024, and the gang stalking, the PSYOP assignments still continue. And so my videos they're about my experiences as a targeted individual. I had been railroaded out of a successful and thriving career as a paramedic. I've been a paramedic for about 13 years before I walked away from my profession as a paramedic for two reasons. The first one was so I could speak freely about being heavily targeted and gang stalked in medical facilities by other medical professionals. If I were to hold a job in the medical world, that would be a huge conflict of interest for me and any potential employer. And so I have a passion for sharing this with the world because what's happened to me can happen to anybody. And if we were to shrink in fear, how would anybody ever rise up to protect themselves and to arm themselves with the knowledge of objective data? And additionally, since I was being targeted in the medical world, I knew it was a matter of time before somebody was paid to bear false accusations against my license. In other words, it was a matter of time before people would just make false accusations on my license. So those were the two reasons why I had nobly walked away from my career as a paramedic. And so I decided not to renew my license because if my license was inert and non-viable, nobody could make any accusation against it. So I stayed 10 steps ahead of the community-based harassment. And so these videos are about my thoughts. They're about my experiences as a heavily targeted individual. So thank you for stopping. You know, the irony of being homeless now versus being homeless with the vehicle, or even being homed, is that as a targeted individual, every time I left my place, there was always a B&E, a breaking and entering. And it's not that anything was outrightfully like cleaned out, stolen. It was something was always incrementally destroyed to make it look like wear and tear. If you were to follow up on the gang stalking handbook from Targeted Justice, you would see what I'm talking about because that's part of the template. Therefore, I was always in need of bringing my most valuables with me. So that became very arduous, even with the most hardiest of resolvements, because I had resolved to bringing everything I needed with me on my person, such as, a backpack. And even then, if you leave your backpack for just a scant second, such as to go use the bathroom, if you're in the library and it's all set out for you, those the skanks of society that were getting paid to come up off the detriment of somebody would find something to fuck over on you, such as, say you have a handbag, they would come in and snip part of your handbag. I've had that happen to me while I'm in Houston on handbags that were new to me. So plug yourself in wherever you are. So you come to my channel, you watch my videos, thank you for that. Especially with all the looky-loos just checking in to see what's going on with me. I appreciate you. And then for all of the ones that are the gang stalkers, first off, you can't destroy me. I know who I am in the spirit. I've awakened to who I am in Christ. So anything you do to a believer, you better watch out, because a believer's faith is going to turn around and bite you in a little intimates. So I was always having to take everything with me anyway. And even then I got tired. And the one time when you get tired, these little assholes will come by and destroy it for these gang stalkers. Let's put it this way. If you're a gang stalker, you need to get right with yourself and get up out of it, because there's no amount of money in this world that's worth your soul. And if you had taken the devil's payment, then you are owned by the devil at this point, and you might want to get right with yourself, so whenever your avatar kicks out, you don't get sucked into the second death, which is the perpetual lake of fire. So watch out for that. I'm still going strong. I'm living a renaissance, a true renaissance of this modern time, because while everything is going through flux and being shifted around, I'm part of it. Moreover than that, I'm loving every single second of it. So for everybody that has come sideways at me, you all are dead and don't even know it. So you better get right with yourself before your avatar kicks out, so you don't get sucked into the lake of fire. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. I challenge you to look up 5 videos on testimony of hell, if you dare.